What's up, guys? I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never. Today I'm going to be covering Jasmy as it is going absolutely parabolic. Make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video. None of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief.
So this was Jasmy in one of my previous videos, 0.003, and this is Jasmy now, 0.0057. And at its peak, it did reach over 0.006. And you can see we had it drawn on a falling wedge, which broke out significantly higher than the measured move. And had you taken this trade, you could have made up to 93% gains in just over 2 weeks. And if you compare that to the stock market, where the average return is 10% in a year, that would mean that we made in just over 2 weeks what the stock market makes in over 9 years, which are actually incredible gains. And if you enjoy making gains in the crypto market, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Help me pump that algorithm. I would greatly appreciate it. I've made many profitable calls during this bear market, and I will continue doing so in the future, so stay tuned. And I will go deeper into the charts at the end of the video. But anyways, Jasmy is currently trading at over half of a penny. Its market cap is up to 282 million, which ranks 134th among all cryptocurrencies. And its circulating supply is up to 49.1 billion out of a max supply of 50 billion, which is about 98% in circulation. And this is one of the biggest reasons I am bullish on Jasmy, as there will be basically no dilution. And if you guys are looking to trade Jasmy, I recommend using Binance, Coinbase, or KuCoin. I think those are the 3 easiest centralized exchanges to use. But now what's really interesting about Jasmy is this is the section where I usually go over the news. But Jasmy quite literally has not posted anything on Twitter since October 24th. And even if you come over to CoinMarketCap Cal, which is basically a calendar of cryptos, and you search up Jasmy, there is no Jasmy news anywhere, which is insane to see because as we just discussed, Jasmy is up 93% in just over 2 weeks. So that could mean that Jasmy right now is just a product of the entire crypto market being bullish. So to that point, we'll take a look at Watch Your Guru's Twitter, and we'll look at some macro news that's going on right now, which could affect Jasmy's price action, even though it's not directly correlated to Jasmy. So they just posted 17 hours ago, Moody's downgrades US credit outlook from stable to negative. Now, obviously, this is not ideal to see if you're living in the US, but from a crypto standpoint, which is decentralized, negative information about a certain country is not always a bad thing for crypto. And then you obviously love to see tweets like this 20 hours ago. Bitcoin is up 124% this year. This is awesome because I have had to defend Bitcoin and crypto for so long. It seems like every single time I used to talk to friends, family, or anyone in my life about crypto, they would sit here and try and say that it's a scam or it's going to zero. And myself, along with most of you guys, I'm sure have just persevered through all of it. So this is very refreshing to see. So now we'll get into some bearish news that they posted November 10th. Tron founder Justin Sun's crypto exchange, Poloniex, hacked for over $100 million. Now, here's the thing. Crypto is a digital currency. There is going to be hacks that happen. It's inevitable. But we also can't sit here and pretend that hacks don't happen within Wall Street or other digital assets. It's technology. It's bound to happen. But obviously, the less and less we see of this, the better. And now this is the last section that I want to talk about. And I'll actually start with the bottom tweet. BlackRock is confident the SEC will approve spot Bitcoin ETF by January. And if you guys have watched my channel in the past at all, you know I am extremely bullish on the Bitcoin spot ETFs, as I think this will bring trillions of dollars into the industry. Not to mention it will install a ton of confidence within the entire crypto market. If the world's largest asset manager in BlackRock is known to actually hold Bitcoin, as that is what they will have to do. This is a spot ETF, not a future ETF. But at this point, personally, I think it's almost a guarantee that eventually these ETFs are going to get approved. But now what's interesting is this other tweet. So BlackRock officially files for a spot Ethereum ETF with NASDAQ. And this is crazy because all anyone is talking about is the Bitcoin spot ETFs. But Ethereum is right there with Bitcoin. And this could completely start a snowball effect. Because if Ethereum gets approved, then what about Polygon? What about Solana, Cardano, all of these other huge altcoins? And not to mention from Jasmy's perspective, they are an ERC20. They are built on Ethereum. So if an Ethereum spot ETF gets approved, that could also be extremely bullish for Jasmy. But now the next thing that I want to go over is the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. I want you guys to understand where we are right now. And as you can see, we are at that 70 level, which is greedy. So why measure fear and greed? The crypto market behavior is very emotional. People tend to get greedy when the market is rising, which results in FOMO. Also, people often sell their coins in irrational reaction of seeing red numbers. With our Fear and Greed Index, we try and save you from your own emotional overreactions. There are 2 simple assumptions. Extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried. That could be a good buying opportunity. On the contrary, when investors are getting too greedy, that could mean the market is due for a correction. And from my personal experience, this indicator is usually pretty accurate. And just to give you guys a little proof, this is a video that I made about a month ago, and I was talking about how the fear and greed index was in that fearful region at that 46 level. And the reality is when it's down in this range, that's when you're seeing a bunch of bearish news articles about crypto. But when we're up here in that greedy region, that's when you're seeing everyone saying, oh, Bitcoin's going to new all-time highs. Crypto's the future. And the reality is maybe at that time you might want to consider taking profits. But obviously just understand this is not the end-all indicator. It's just something to keep your eyes on. Now for the final part of the video, we'll get into some technical analysis. So this is Jasmy on the daily time frame. And as we said at the beginning, Jasmy has absolutely went parabolic and he could have made about 93% gains. But at the current moment, the RSI is extremely overbought and so are the stochastics. And not just on the daily time frame, but also on the 3-day. And even the weekly time frame is getting very overbought. In addition, if you look at price action, it swings from a higher high to a lower high. The RSI is lower high to higher high. That is class A bearish divergence, which typically signals a local top has been reached, coupled with the fact that the previous two candles have been tweezer tops, which typically signals that the buyers are no longer in control. Not to mention that price action is also currently trading way above all of the moving averages and the high volume nodes on the VRVP. Based on all of these indicators, it might not be a bad time for you to start taking profits. Obviously, that's not financial advice. Do what's best for you. But I might start looking for Jasmy to flag out. And while it does that, the RSI and stochastics would start to reset. And then the moving averages could start creeping up and we could potentially get a bounce off of them and we could skyrocket back up. And the other thing that I do want to point out, if you look at the moving averages, the 21-day is about to break above the 200-day moving average, which would be a golden cross. And that typically signals an explosive move is coming, which could also correlate with the fact that the 21-day moving average would start creeping up and price action could get a bounce off of it as support. But regardless of whether or not Jasmy drops in the short term, from a long-term perspective, this move is extremely bullish and it could definitely be the start of an uptrend. Now, lastly, we'll go over Bitcoin as it's correlated to most altcoins. So very similar to Jasmy, price action has went parabolic recently, and now the RSI is extremely overbought, and that includes being extremely overbought on the 3-day and also the weekly time frame. So based on the RSI, I wouldn't be shocked if Bitcoin starts to retrace. But that being said, you could also argue that Bitcoin is trading in a bull flag, which has started to break out, and it has a huge measured move to over $42,000. And based on the way the crypto market is trending right now, I wouldn't be shocked if this measured move actually hits. But that being said, similar to Jasmy, price action is also currently trading above all of the moving averages and the high volume node on the VRVP. And again, typically these indicators work as magnets. Now, just to be clear, based on my trade style, I will never chase a parabolic move, which is a bunch of green candles in a row. In my experience, rarely does that work out well for you. But as I say in every single one of my videos, macroeconomics significantly outweigh technical analysis. So if all of a sudden the spot Bitcoin ETFs get approved, that could skyrocket the entire market. On the contrary, if some extremely bearish news comes out, that could tank the entire crypto market. So just understand in the short term, crypto is going to be extremely volatile. Anything can happen. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments, how high do you guys think Jasmy could go next bull run? If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.